Okay. Hello, students. Today we are going to study the bisection method, which we have studied earlier during my previous sessions. So this method we are going to implement in a Python. So for Python, we are going to use the Colab, okay, on Google. So only mandatory condition is you must be having the Google account, okay, and that Google mailbox you should be opened somewhere in one of the tab, and on the other tab you directly have to write the Colab, and you have to get the new notebook, and you can write your program directly, and you can run the program. So let us see how the program is. So this is a comment section, hence it is hash bisection method. It is for understanding of the programmer what he is doing. Then def define is a keyword. It is represented by def. I'm using a function. Name of my function is f, so it is f of x and colon. It is in the syntax. This f you can give any name depending upon the name that you want for your function. So I'm writing the name itself as a f. Return. So in the return you have to write the function whichever is the function. So my function is x square minus 49 equal to 0. Okay, I'm solving this equation using bisection method. So x square, so for square means for raise to operator there are two stars as per the Python programming. So it is x star star 2 means x square minus 49. So this is the polynomial equation which I am interested to solve using bisection method. So that polynomial equation I am putting in the function f. So def f of x colon return. So whenever I will call the function, it will calculate this x square minus 49, whatever is the value of x passed through the main program. When it comes to the function, it will replace this value here with the x. It will calculate this and it will return the answer. Okay. Now, as per the bisection method, we know that we have to get up the initial approximations from the user, which are a and b. Then in the first iteration, we will find out c, which is a plus b upon 2. We will find out f of a, f of b, f of c. Then we have to check the condition f of a into f of b is less than 0, or f of a into f of c is less than 0. Okay, so whichever is less than 0, those 2 points you have to carry for further iteration. For example, a and c are valid points. Then for the next iteration, it will be a plus c upon 2. Okay, so we are replacing corresponding value and we further move for the iterations. Okay, we already have covered the bisection method. Let us see how to do its program. So to get the values of a and b, we are using the input command. So let us say it is a float value. Say user can enter float value as well. Float is a data type which is fractional number. So a equal to float circular bracket input. Input is a keyword. Okay, so we can ask for any input. Whenever we want to get the value, we use the command input. So input circular bracket double quote. Whatever you write inside the double quote, it will be printed on the screen. So I'm saying enter the value of a. So it will be printed on screen and user will enter the value of a. So that value will be put into the left hand side of equal to operator, which is a. So variable name I'm using as a and b for initial approximation. Same command I am doing control C control V, copy and paste. Only I am doing here change as a B, which is the next approximation, because initial a and b are the variables or approximate values that we take up from the user. So that I am putting in a and b. Okay. Now one more thing as an input we need is number of iterations. Let us say that is stored in I variable. So number of iterations are not going to be fractional. So I'm taking the data type as integer. So it is int, which is a keyword. So I equal to int input, enter the number of iterations. So user may select any value, say 5, 8, 10, like that. So those number of iterations will be stored in I. So initially I'm making count equal to 0. Depending upon the number of iterations, my while loop will go on increasing. Okay. So I'm saying while condition. So condition is circular bracket. You have to put the condition bracket complete colon is the syntax. So while space count is less than equal to I. For example, number of iterations are 8. Then 0 is less than 8. Yes. 1 is less than 8. Yes. 2 is less than 8. Yes. So unless and until condition gets fulfilled, it will follow the while loop. When condition is not met, it will come out of the for loop. Okay. So that many number of times will run the program. Now see, we are finding out C. c equal to a plus b upon 2. This is as per the rule of bisection. Then we are interested to find out f of a, f of b, f of c, and then we'll check the condition. So I'm calling the function f. So I'm writing f of a, f of c, and f of b, and I'm putting it in corresponding, say, a1, c1, b1. Okay, three variables I'm taking. Function of a I'm putting in a1, function of c I'm putting in c1, and function of b I'm putting in b1. Now I have to check. So I'm explaining here uh, two ways how you can put or you can call the function. This is one way of calling a function. We are putting it in some variable, and then variable product you can check for the condition. Okay, so see, f of c into f of b is less than 0. Okay, so here I am saying f of c. So whenever it will come to f of c, actually we already have calculated f of c, and that value is put into c1. So we can even write if c1 into f of b is placed in b1. So you can write c1 into b1 is less than 0. It is one and the same thing. If you write f of c into f of b, it is similar to c1 into b1, because here we are calculating the function value and storing it in some variable. So here for the first condition, if this condition is met, meaning that a is useless because condition met with b and c. So a is of no use. So I am overwriting a with the c for the next iteration. Okay. Whereas if this condition is not satisfied, then we will check if a and c are valid. Either a and c will be valid or b and c will be valid. So here we have checked b and c. Now we'll check a and c. So here I am not calling a function because we already have called the function here and placed the values in variable. So I'm writing if c1 into a1 is less than 0, meaning that f of a into f of c is less than 0. Okay. If it is like this, means condition met with the combination of a and c, and b is useless. So you can replace b with the c, so that for the next iteration your a and b will be the valid values out of a, b and c. Okay, so this is our first iteration completed. So I'm saying count equal to count plus 1. So first iteration is over. Okay, now I'm printing the values for every iteration. What is the value of A? What is the value of B? What is the value of C? What is the value of f of A? What is the value of f of B? And what is the value of f of C? Okay, so I'm writing print slash t, one tab I've given. Count is A, B, C, FA, FB, FC, and I'm printing the corresponding values. Count means iteration 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. It will come value of A, value of B, value of C. Similarly, FA, FB, and FC. Okay, here it is FA, FB, and FC. Okay, so here we have completed the statement, and one iteration is completed. So once it is completed, again it will go to while. So our count initially was 0, now it is 1, because count equal to count plus 1. So 1 is less than, say, number of iterations are 4. 1 is less than 4, yes, it will execute it again. Then for 2, for 3, for 4. For 5, when count will be 5, 5 is less than equal to 4, no. So it will not execute, it will come out. And after coming out of the loop, we are writing print the final value of the root after all iterations is. So after all iterations, it is going to be stored in C, because C equal to a plus b upon 2. So C is our final root. So that we are printing. Let us execute this. Now purposely I am taking the equation x square minus 49 equal to 0. We know that 49 is square of 7. Okay, so we must get the answer as 7. So I am running the program. So I don't have any error here. So see, enter the value of A. We know that answer is 7. So we will try for, say, 6.5 is A, and B is, say, 7.1. Okay, and number of iterations suppose will give 5. So let us see what is the answer. So see, this is count, means iteration number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total it is making 6 iterations, because number of iterations we said 5, but it is 0 to 5. So total 6 iterations it is doing. So the final value is coming as 6.99687499999. So this is the accuracy, okay, which is almost 7. Okay, root of 7 is 49. So program is correct. So this is how you have to do the program. So you will get exact answer if number of iterations are more, because this is a drawback of the bisection method, that your initial approximation should be correct, and if it is not correct, then number of iterations required are more. Okay, then only you will get the exact value. So this is about the bisection method in Python. I hope you have understood. If not, please comment. Okay, if still you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it so that you will get the notifications. Thank you. Thank you for today.